Alright, so we have some brand new Ubisoft Connect rewards you can get right now, including this really awesome helmet piece for Far Cry 5 and Far Cry New Dawn owners, and a bunch of other stuff in there that you will definitely not want to miss out on. It's kind of free, so we will talk about that in this video, and also this week's challenges are just about to go away. You will get some nice goodies in there, including the free moneda every single week. So let's talk about that and more in this video, and as always, a thumbs up on it would be super appreciated. Nonetheless, you can collect all of these items directly from the app itself or in-game by accessing the Ubisoft Connect sub-menu, and you're going to encounter a bunch of new shirts and of course that really awesome helmet right there. But obviously you have to already own the games associated with them and have to have played them for a little bit. If it doesn't pop for you and you already own these games, just play them for a couple of minutes and the achievement and also those shirts and items should pop for you in-game when you start Far Cry 6. But you get the Badge of Honor shirt if you already have played and own Far Cry 5. You also get another shirt that looks really awesome if you have played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Daedalus wrap shirt if you have played and owned Immortals Phoenix Rising, which by the way is a pretty cool game, and finally the really awesome helmet, of course free for everybody who has played Far Cry New Dawn. Now obviously, as you noticed, these aren't like technically 100% free because you do have to own those games in the first place. So if you already own them, they're gonna be pretty much free for you, but otherwise if you don't own them and do want to play some of these games in the future, I'm going to post some links down below that you can follow for some really high discounts, about like 80 to 90% depending on the game. So yeah, you at least can get some double benefits from this too. But yeah, the shirts, though they look cool, the stats on them are nothing to speak of because they aren't that great. For the most part, the Far Cry 5 and the Immortals Phoenix Rising one gives you just better hold breath duration, which is not something that you're going to use too much. Meanwhile, the one that comes from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, gives you additional gasoline, metal, and medicine, which can be okay, I guess, but at this point in the game, you're probably gonna have plenty of that anyway. But otherwise, what I was mentioning is that that helmet is pretty good, and it actually comes with a mod that we saw on yesterday's helmet by completing this week's insurgency and buying it with a moneda at the black market shop. It has the same butcher mod on it, which makes enemies flee if you take down other enemies around them with melee attacks. And I think that Ubisoft must have done something with this perk in the past 24 hours because it seems to trigger almost 100% of the time for me at the very least after doing some testing today. And as a matter of fact, you can just go in a group of enemies and take down one of these enemies, and yeah, pretty much everybody else will flee away, which gives you a major advantage, which is the fact that A, you don't have to worry about them shooting at you, and B, they open up to other assassinations with other melee attacks, which means you can chain these together and constantly make them flee at the very least, and then, you know, just take down an entire group of enemies super easy. Is it better than that scarf that you get from the prisoner set? Kinda and not really, because it's a so-and-so. It depends a little bit on the situation. I think the prisoner scarf just works better always. Meanwhile, this is just situationally good when enemies do get to flee from you when that perk actually triggers, but otherwise it's not much to speak of either. But these were the rewards, by the way. It doesn't mean that they are the only ones that you will get for this week, and as I've said, there's also the weekly challenges and some other cool moneda rewards in there as well. So going back to the Ubisoft Connect menu, this time around check out the challenges track, and yeah, specifically the time delimited ones, as the ones for this week will be gone in about 1 day and 2 hours at the time of filming this video, and you will likely also have to redeem quite a number of these. If you haven't checked them in a while, you likely have quite a number of moneda rewards in there that you completed without even knowing, like how I did just recently. So what you can do, just go ahead, redeem them. You have about 1 day until these expire, and right now the community challenge that gives you 300 moneda is likely completed for you as well. It's a 300k kill count that works for the entire community, and it's likely way past 400k by the time this video video comes out, so you can go ahead and immediately claim it. Meanwhile, the second one that rewards Monera is going to be for completing the Mesozoic Park, special operation. And once you're done with that, you can go ahead and claim the free 500 Monera that you can get in total for this week. And that should be pretty much it with this week's challenges. The only other thing remaining would be just checking out your Bandido operations, because it's very likely you might have missed a few of the ones that give you Monera. They seem to spawn about every week, and they give about 400 Monera as a reward every time you complete them. It doesn't take more than 12 hours to have your leaders go in and complete them, and you can wake up for some other free stuff that you can use to then purchase the items appearing on the black market in the future. Maybe it's just me stacking things up, hoping that Ubisoft will release better content on the black market in the future, because this week's ones, were quite lackluster, as I've said in the previous video. But again, at least you get some free rewards and new content on a semi-weekly basis. This is it though. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.